All right, let's talk about the future. Ever stop and wonder what your social media feed is going to look like in, say, 10 years? I'm not just talking about seeing more vacation photos. No, we're looking at a huge change. I mean, a complete shift in how you get entertained, how you might make a living, and even how you think about your identity online. So let's dive in and break down what's coming. Okay, so let me ask you this. Have you ever been scrolling and just felt like your feed knows what you want to see before you do? Like it's literally reading your mind? Well, that feeling, it's not an accident. In fact, it's the very engine driving the biggest change coming to our screens, what we're calling the new entertainment.
So yeah, we are absolutely entering a new era of entertainment here. The days of just kind of passively scrolling through your friends' photos, they're pretty much over. The future? Well, the future is a hyper-personal feed. We're talking about an experience that's so specifically tailored to you that it's completely different from anyone else's on the entire planet. So what even is a hyperfeed? Well, think of it like this. Right now, AI kind of reacts to what you like. In the future, these powerful algorithms are going to start predicting what you'll love next. It's a total transformation. Your feed stops being this big public town square and turns into a private TV channel with a schedule curated just for you. And this AI-driven shift, it's a complete game changer, and not just for you as a user. I mean, sure, you'll spend way less time just randomly scrolling and way more time totally hooked by super relevant content. But for creators, man, AI is becoming this essential co-pilot, helping them with everything from writing scripts and editing videos to even managing their communities. But look, getting the personalization just right, that's only half the story. Because to really keep you hooked, this new feed has to deliver content at a crazy pace. The whole rhythm of how we take in information is just speeding up big time. And the reason for this is pretty simple, really. Our attention spans are shrinking. Let's just be honest about it. We're getting wired to process information in these quick, little, powerful bursts. And because of that, this short-form format is just taking over everything. Seriously, complex news stories, they're becoming real style. Educational content, yep, real style. Even job postings are going real style. It's everywhere. Which brings us to a new, kind of brutal reality for anyone trying to communicate. In a world with infinite things to watch, it boils down to this. If you can't explain it fast, you'll be ignored. Speed, that's the new currency of attention. Okay, so now let's talk about the final piece of this new entertainment puzzle. It's a huge leap. We're going from the flat 2D screen in our hands into these incredible 3D immersive worlds. The feed is literally breaking out of the phone. You know all those funny face filters we play with? Well, turns out they were just the very beginning. The next step is, wow, fully immersive virtual hangouts, going to concerts inside a metaverse, and using avatars that are part of real digital economies. Social media is changing from something you just watch to a place you actually go and experience. And that brings us perfectly to our second big trend. See, social media isn't just a place for fun and games anymore, not by a long shot. It's rapidly becoming this powerful economic engine, a place where people don't just spend time, they actually earn a living. So, welcome to what we're calling Creator Economy 2.0. The old way of doing things, chasing millions of views just to get a little ad revenue, that's fading out. The new model? It's all about building a real, deep relationship with a dedicated audience, one that supports you directly. We're talking subscriptions, tips, private communities, the whole deal. And this is a huge change in what we value. The goal is shifting from just being famous to being trusted. Success isn't about getting a viral hit anymore. It's about the strength of your niche community. And get this, in this new economy, a creator with 5,000 true fans can actually earn more than a viral star with 5 million casual viewers. Think about that. But this isn't just about full-time creators. No, this shift affects almost everyone. Your social profile is basically becoming your living resume. It's the headquarters for your personal brand. And for a lot of people, it's a direct source of income, connecting you to freelance gigs, consulting work, all kinds of professional opportunities. This whole economic shift is also totally changing how we shop. The new shopping mall, it's right there inside your social apps. Imagine this. You discover a cool product from a creator you actually trust. Maybe you join a live shopping event where they're showing it off. And then, boom, you buy it with one click. You never, ever have to leave the app.
It's this completely seamless path from, oh, what's that, to it's on its way. Okay, now for our final and maybe most important trend. This one's all about a fundamental change in our relationship with these platforms. We're witnessing a massive shift from being just a user to becoming an owner of our own digital identity.
And it all starts with this growing hunger for authenticity. I mean, aren't we all getting a little tired of the perfectly curated, over-edited stuff that just feels fake? The new gold standard is what's real, the raw, the honest, the behind-the-scenes stuff. In this world, trust is built through being transparent, not being perfect. And where we're having these real conversations is changing too. Think about it. We're moving away from broadcasting our lives out in the open for everyone. Instead, we're pulling back into smaller, more private spaces. Close friends lists, private channels, tight-knit groups. We're starting to crave real belonging, not just a bunch of noise. And this desire for control for these smaller, safer spaces, it's actually pointing to a much, much bigger trend. We're moving beyond just wanting to control our conversations. We're starting to demand ownership over our entire digital lives. And that's leading to demands for a whole new kind of social platform, a decentralized one. What does that mean? Basically, a platform that isn't owned or controlled by one single company. People are starting to say, hey, my followers should belong to me. My content shouldn't be taken down for no reason. And my data is mine. It's a huge deal. So what's the bottom line here? It's a historic power shift. For really the first time, we're seeing controls start to move away from these huge, centralized companies and back into the hands of the individual user. And listen, this isn't just some fantasy. We are already seeing the effects. You see platforms adding screen time limits and mental health nudges. You see governments passing new rules about data. There's this growing understanding that we, the users, want and frankly deserve more control and a healthier, more peaceful experience online. So let's just pull this all together for a second. The evolution is actually pretty clear when you look at it. Social media started out as a place for simple entertainment. Then it grew up and matured into a powerful economy, and now its future is all about our digital identity, who we are, what we own, and how we connect, but on our own terms. Which really just leaves us with one final, big question to think about. As we step into this new world of hyper-personal feeds, social economies, and digital ownership, who are you going to be?